encouraging you to use this as a key to unlock a door to promote your business. So I thank you once again.
This initiative is part of President Bola Tinubu's overall agenda to creating opportunities and jobs for Nigerian young people. And the government has a plan for the next 5 years to create over 10 million new jobs.
So here you are here to learn on how to put your ideas into writing, how to attract people to patronize you. So please, your coming here is not a mistake. And I think from all I've heard here, it's more of TOT session, training of trainers. Please, after getting your training, please let us encourage other young Nigerians to be trained from you.
Business
from Kano,
proposal
Kaduna,
and business presentation.
Lagos, Rivers, Edo, Kogi, Kwara. We have participants from all over Nigeria. We welcome you all and thank you for joining this training. So, before we get started on today's program, let's talk a little bit about some of the things we learned yesterday. Do we have anybody that wants to share one thing that they took home from yesterday's lesson? Anyone? Just before we have anyone speak, just to reiterate our ground rules again, for the in-house participants, we would plead with you to kindly put all your devices on silent, not on vibrate, but on silent, to avoid disruptions to the training. For our online participants, we encourage you to keep your devices on mute. And today we would be having just one break because we're having a short day today in the interest of our Muslim brothers and sisters that have to go and pray. So we will be rounding off today's session at 12:30 to enable everyone close early and make it on time. We would also have just one break today for 10 minutes. We would also have just one break today for 10 minutes. We would also have just one break today for 10 minutes. We would also have just one break today for 10 minutes. We would also have just one break today for 10 minutes. Sorry about that. So we would have just one break today for 10 minutes. That break will be around 11:10. After the break, we would continue the class till 12:30 when we close. We would be taking a group photo during the break, so we would plead with you that you just kindly remain seated for the in-house participants while we get the picture taken. Once again, we welcome you all. We welcome our online participants on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and all platforms, Zoom and the others. You're all welcome. Okay, so let's get started today. Does anybody want to share one thing, just one thing, that they learned from here yesterday? Anybody at all? In-house participants and online participants alike. I might want to just quickly mention that for our question and answer session, for today, it will be for only 30 minutes. The usual practice would be 1 hour, but because we have a shorter class today, we would only have our Q&A session for 30 minutes, and that would be at 12 o'clock. So we would do the training for 2 hours, from 10 to 12, and then our Q&A session will be from 12 to 12:30. Thank you all for your support and understanding. So yes, what did we learn yesterday? Anyone? In-house and online. Do you want to state some of the things you learned yesterday? And for our online participants that are active on Zoom, you have the option of using the chat room or the Q&A room. So we would be checking your messages from both parts of the Zoom. So anyone in-house, any volunteers, or do I pick someone? What if I said, if you volunteer, you get something? I'm sure the whole class will raise up their hands. Abby? So we like a give and kind environment. But how about the knowledge we are giving? That's something now. So any volunteers in-house? No, I want to pick someone else. You're always volunteering. Let's have someone else. Yes, please.
Yeah, my name is Ian Kevin. So yesterday I learned that when write business plan, ensure you know your audience, your target audience, the investor. Thank you.
Very good. Very, very good. Thank you so much. You should always know your audience. And generally speaking, we're entrepreneurs, right? We're business people. Generally speaking, you should always know your audience. You should know your target market. You should know your existing clientele. You should know everything about your expected or present audience. So, yes, that adds to your investors as well. If you're proposing a program or a plan or something to an investor, you should know about the investor, because if, for example, I gave an example yesterday of some investors are eco-friendly and they want to only invest in things that are eco-friendly, right? So you go and bring something to them that is not really eco-friendly. It's a mismatch. Chances are they would not be investing in your business, and you would have wasted your time and their time. So for the interest of saving people's time, especially yours as the business person, I would encourage all of us to always know our audience, and in even any aspect of your business as well. If you want to go and pitch to a new market, like you want to expand to a new market, a new location, know about that location. Know what makes them tick. Know the kind of products and services they like. Know the kind of pricing they are willing to pay. You should always know your audience. So thank you very much. That was very well said. Anybody else in-house wants to volunteer? Yes, sir. Okay, okay. Thank you very much. So he said he learned about the company overview. You should know your company, right? Because you want to send me your business plan. I don't know your company. There are probably about maybe 100 companies in this hall right now, and we have thousands of companies of the participants online. So I don't know them. I don't know any of you. So the only way I can get to know about your company is when you write, give me a company overview. So well done. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Of what you've written, and it shouldn't exceed a page.
Absolutely. Executive summary. We learned, thank you very much. That was great feedback. We learned yesterday that the executive summary should ideally be one page, right? It should come at the end, after we've done all the entire business plan, is when we write the executive summary. A lot of investors might not have the luxury of the time to read your 100-page business plan. That's not to say that your business plan should be 100 pages. But for example, if you had a business plan that was maybe 30, 40 pages long, investors are busy. We ourselves are busy. We're generally busy, right? We're on the move. We're looking for business. So the executive summary should give us a high-level indication of what is inside your business plan. And from that executive summary, generally speaking, we should be able to tell if it is a business we're willing to invest in or not as a potential investor. So it should give us the real meat, the real juice of your business plan. So yes, well said. Thank you very much. Let's see if we have any comments from our online participants. Okay. If you can hear my voice for the participants online, kindly signify by raising up your hand. We see a few comments of some people who have audio challenges. So I just want to see if we can pick up some of their questions or comments from yesterday. So for the online participants, we're asking us to tell us one thing we learned in yesterday's training. Our online participants don't seem okay. Okay, please let me know if you can hear me now. Kindly signify by raising up your hand if you're online, if you can hear me now. Okay, that's better. Apologies for that. Okay, so what I was saying for the online participants who missed the first part is for anyone to just state one thing that they learned here yesterday. Someone has spoken about the company overview, the executive summary, knowing your audience, knowing your investor. So do we have any other feedback from the online participants before we go ahead? Okay, someone else online, Hakim, stated that he learned how to write an executive summary. Grace stated that she learned that she can add graphs. Okay, so Grace, I'm going to correct you a little bit. You stated that you can add graphs to your executive summary. That is slightly incorrect because by the time you add graphs to your executive summary, that would take up the whole page, wouldn't it? So let me just clarify. Yesterday when I spoke about graphs and charts, I was talking about the actual content of your business plan. So the executive summary, ideally, because we want it to be just one page, should have just text. I learned how to write an executive summary. Okay, that's good. Oluwatoyin Shonibare, thank you. Okay, Francis Durugo says you can get mentors, your colleagues, classmates to help review your documents. Fantastic. We mentioned that as well yesterday. Someone here says, Kazim again, Dauda says, we should arrange orderly our document. For those who are saying that the audio is echoing online, we would have that checked out. I love this program. Bello Nafisa, thank you so much. I learned that, so Isosa Osawaru, I'm so sorry, learned that I must go the extra mile on minimizing grammatical errors and mistakes in my executive summary. I'm going to correct you there. Not in your executive summary alone, in your entire business plan, in your entire document. And not only in your business plan, in all your business communication. So if you ever have to write a proposal to a company soliciting business, please do a review. Please make sure there are no grammatical errors, there are no typographical errors, and there are no mistakes. It's very important because one small mistake might change the perception of the person you are proposing this thing to. So please don't limit the review to just your business plan. Ensure that any professional communication, be it an email, a WhatsApp message, a text message, any professional communication or official communication that you are sending out from your business, ensure that you review them. And we know the people that can help us review, right? Absolutely. Okay, so that's very good. Thank you all so much for your participation. We will dive right into today's session, and we spoke about the company overview. Can we please share the screen? Okay, so we'll be moving right along on steps to write your company overview. Remember, we said we should understand our target audience. We spoke about that yesterday. The only way we know what to write and how to write is if we know who we are writing to. And what are some of the ways we can know our target audience or understand our target audience? We research, right? Writing a business plan actually requires a lot of research. So one of the ways we're going to, can we please take off that chat from the screen? Thank you very much. So one of the ways we can understand or know our target audience is literally by just doing some research, right? It says when you understand the goals, values, and motivation of the audience which you're presenting the company overview, it can help you adapt your plan to suit your audience's interests. For example, if you plan to presenting to an investor who believes strongly in a customer-centered business approach, you might highlight this priority in your company overview. Again, what is important to the investor is what you should really be highlighting in your documents, especially in your company overview, so that there is not a mismatch. Because a company that is customer-centric believes in customer service. If you are a company that also believes in customer service, you should highlight it in your company overview that we are a customer-centric business. We pay utmost importance to our customers. our customer is king. You know, you highlight and you add, you put a lot of information about your customer. In the case where you are writing to a customer-centric investor. So that is knowing your audience. You know what makes them happy. You know their cause, what they believe in, and you are also centering your documents to highlight those things so that there is a perfect match. Step 2 is to prepare a draft. Of course, by the time we prepare a draft, we will be able to sift out useful information, redundant information, information that is not really necessary, right? You can even, things I hate doing the most is reviewing my documents. I find it so challenging. How many people find reviewing documents challenging? How many people, audience, our online audience, how many of you find reviewing documents challenging? I find it so difficult, but I have to do it every day. I have to review, so it's now almost a part of me. I can't see a document or type a document without reviewing it. It's just not possible, but it doesn't mean I like it. I actually do not like it, but guess what? I do it every single day. So what does that tell us? What does that tell us? Okay, someone here, Asa Hazo says, I find it challenging. Yes. Abdul Bashiru Hamisu says, I know how to write a business plan. Okay, that's great. We look forward to receiving your business plan. But yes, we have to review our document. We have to proofread our document. We have to edit our document. So by the time you're writing your company summary, it's the same process you are going to take throughout the entirety of your document, from the beginning to the end. Every section you work on must be reviewed, must be proofread, must be edited. But because you are going to be giving it to a third party, that is another person at the end of the business plan, I might want to advise that at this stage in your business plan, the company overview, when you are proofreading, do it yourself. Because guess what? If you start sharing it to your loved ones, your friends, your family, your mentors at this stage, by the time you finish the document, they will be tired of you. They won't want to review your document. So save the best for the last. Do we understand that? Your company overview can be reviewed by yourself. You can proofread that by yourself because it's not a lot. At best, maybe 2 or 3 pages, depending on the size and nature of your company. So if that's not something I would advise you to give someone else to review for you. You can literally review it yourself. Okay? What you need to give someone else to review is when you are done at the end, where you can now drop your pen and say, thank God, I'm done. It's time for submission. Okay? So yes, please always review your documents, edit your document, and proofread your documents. Why do we think this is necessary? Anyone in-house, why do you think it is necessary or important to review your documents, to edit your documents, to proofread your documents? Why do we think it is important? Yes, ma'am. So you can minimize your mistakes. Good. Anybody else? Yes, sir. Checking for typographical errors. Yes. Anybody else in-house? Your punctuation. Fantastic. Online, do you know what it is in grammatical errors? Yes, Michael Jegede says grammatical errors. Nkechi says it helps you. Sorry, the messages move so fast. I can't. Okay, it says, Nkechi says, I saw her message. It helps you know and detect errors. Exactly. So these are the reasons why we should edit and proofread our documents. Someone like me, I am very particular. Because remember I told you one of my core values. Who can remember? Professionalism. Thank you for remembering. That is one of my personal core values. Professionalism. And what professionalism means to me is when I'm sending out a document, I can't afford for there to be mistakes in that document. So I will review the document. I will review it. I will review the document. So the reality is that I see typographical errors in your documents. It's going to make me feel somehow. It's going to make me feel somehow. So I would avoid typographical errors in your document, which means I will review, and review. You can never over-review your documents. Do we agree with that? If you have to review your document 10 times, please review it 10 times. Continue to review that document until you are confident in your mind that, yes, I have given it my best, I have done my best, and I'm putting out the best work I have or I can give. Number 4, it says be specific. Specificity is important when writing a company overview because it helps others understand your precise goals, your values, and your plans. You must be specific. Don't remember the story I was telling you about the Coke when we wanted to buy this new product, black mask. What example did I give yesterday? Black mask versus white mask. Then I started with a long story about how I was in my house one day. Then I woke up. Then I showered. Then nobody cares. Nobody cares. It is a professional document, so let's stick to specific information concerning our businesses. Don't say it was my mommy that advised me to start this business. No. Don't say the company was named after my son. No. Right? That is not really a company overview. What we want to know is what the company does, when it was established, the management of the company, maybe its operations, its location. Those are the things we want to know in a company overview. Create a narrative. What do we mean by creating a narrative? It says using a narrative structure can help you entice your investors. It goes back to knowing your audience. The audience is customer-centric. They believe in customer service. All they want is a company that can handle and give perfect customer excellence, right? So when you are writing your company overview, be sure to create that narrative of customer excellence in your company overview. That we as Bookie Enterprises are a very customer company. We believe in utmost customer satisfaction. You see all the things I'm saying is about the customer, customer this, customer that. It's very important. This can only be done when and if we know our audience, which is our target investor. Okay? Write it immediately before your executive summary. So remember we said executive summary is the very first page. And again, don't worry, because I know some of us that have never seen a business plan before might have a bit of anxiety. You're a bit worried. I've never seen this document before. I don't even know where to start or end. No problem. We understand that. We're going to be sharing a sample document for you. The executive summary is page 1. Do we agree? Online community, do we agree that the executive summary is page 1? If you agree, kindly type yes in the comments. Executive summary is page 1. Do we agree? For our online community, do we agree that the executive summary is page 1? If you agree, kindly type a yes. Okay. So yes, we all agree that the executive summary is page 1. But do you think the business plan should have a cover page? So it won't just be the executive summary. Are you sure? Why? Thank you. Anybody else wants to say why we should have a cover page? Anyone else? Why you think we should have a cover page online? Do you know why we should have a cover page, or if we should have a cover page before our executive summary? I see all your yeses online. Thank you. A business, Miriam Mohammed Lemo says, yes, a business plan must have a cover page and the content of the business plan. Yes. Any professional document must have a cover page. Any professional document. Unless it is an internal memo. which means it's just within us in this office. We're just sending a memo to each other. We want to inform our colleagues that we are starting a training at 10 a.m. We write a memo. We send it to all our staff in-house. That one does not need a cover page. But any external document, external means any document you are sending to someone outside your organization, outside your business, or outside your company, must have a cover page. So, ladies and gentlemen, online and physically present, please ensure that your businesses, your business plans have a cover page. So that's the first thing I will be looking out for. And make it creative, make it exciting. I'm so excited. I can't wait to read these business plans, honestly. I can't wait. Make it exciting, make it interesting, make it attractive. By attractive, I mean make me want to open it and read all pages. How many pages should our business plan have? Wow, we have been listening. Well done. It depends on the business. It depends on the content you have to share. There is no fixed or set number of pages that a business plan should have. Well done. We have so many comments. Hamzat Kasimu says, cover page is important, using to know the actual business content. Okay. No specific number of pages, depends on the business. We see all your comments. Thank you all so much. Keep them coming. Absolutely. I am almost sure I would probably be reading a few business plans that are just 5 pages. I'm almost sure. There will be some. And I'm sure the EFICOs in the house. Do we remember what EFICO means? Remember I told us what it means on day 1. Who remembers? Nobody remembers. I should tell you again. Online community, do you remember what I said an EFICO was on day 1? Sorry, you know those old people from those generations, those 1980-something, 70-something children, not like us 1990-something. Yeah, they used to use that word called EFICO. EFICO means someone that likes book, someone that likes to read, someone that likes academics, someone that just likes to do the most. So I know that we will have some amongst us that will come with 30 pages. I am sure. There must be at least one with 30 pages. You are laughing. You don't think so. You guys are laughing. What if I change the requirement and say all business plans must have 30 pages? Ah. So we've all failed. Dead on arrival. No problem. You are capable. It's the person that will review it. Reviewing is easy, but our content is where the hard work is. The review is easy because we know what we are looking out for. We will review it. We are ready for you guys. Dazzle us. Show us 100 pages. We are ready. So what if I change the requirements to 100 pages? No, there is no minimum requirement. The minimum requirement is for you to do an excellent job and to put everything we are learning in this training in the document. That is the minimum requirement, okay? Another minimum requirement will be to please make sure that there are no typos or errors. We will be checking for them. So we are pleading with you that you please review, edit, proofread before you submit them. Other than that, even if it is 2 pages, we will accept it as long as it covers everything we need. Okay? So don't worry, don't be scared. We are nice people. We won't put a minimum requirement. Okay. So continuing on with the company overview, it says write it immediately before your executive summary, which is written last. So in terms of the order you are arranging, we are now arranging our business plan gradually. Do we see that? We've said we're going to have a cover page. After the cover page, we're going to have the executive summary, right? Right? After the executive summary, we start. So now we have entered the business plan proper. The company overview comes first. Okay? And by the time we see what an actual business plan looks like, it will give us a bit more comfort on what our document should look like. Just out of curiosity, for the people in-house and for those online, how many pages do you think you would be submitting? Just on the little we know about writing a business plan. I know we've not covered the entire training. But just from knowing your own business today and knowing the little we know now on day 3, how many pages do you think your business plan will be? Online participants, I would like to hear from you, and in-house, I would like to hear from you as well. How many pages do you think your business plan would have? Anyone? We have someone in the back. Thank you.
Is not less than 25 pages.
You see, not less than 20. So we have started identifying the efficos in the house. Yes, we've started identifying the efficos in the house. Thank you very much. You see that I was not wrong. I'm a professional. I know these things. 25. Well done. Thank you.
For me, it will be like 15 pages.
15 pages. You see, there we go. Anyone else? Let's see what the online participants are saying. 15 pages, 25 pages. I'm already getting excited. Online community, how many pages do you think your business plans will have? Let us know. Wow! Emmanuel Eni Otu Eni. I hope I said that right. Said 30 pages. Ladies and gentlemen, you see that? Oh, Gabriel, 24 to 20 pages. Let's in 10 to 15 pages. Someone said 18 to 19 pages. Okay. Most people are saying 20 pages, 20 pages. This is Otting Graham, 28 to 31 pages. So you see that I was right. Your facilitator knows what she's saying. People are ready for business. Because you will realize that by the time we finish this training, there's actually a lot of information that we need in that business plan. Right? There's a lot of information. We're helping you by telling you to use a 12 font size so that kind of shrinks the number of pages. But there are some people like our brother here that's outrightly said not less than 25 pages that might want to give us pie charts, histograms, graphs, for us to know that he didn't carry last in school. So all those things will form making your business plan look right, depending on also the nature and the number of products and services you offer in the business. There's a lady here that is into fascinators, and she's thinking of branching out into another line of business. So she will be talking about fascinators as one product, head wraps as another product, and then this one. By the time you tell us all about these products, you will be probably approaching 15, 20 pages. So get your minds ready, and that's why I'm encouraging us to start. No, not start now. To start yesterday. To start, yes, from day one. Yes, that's when we would ideally start, because it's going to take a lot of work. But we are up to the task, aren't we? We're going through this training program. 25 pages will be nothing. Okay? It says keep the content brief. Share screen, please. Thank you. Keep the content brief. A typical company overview is 1 or 2 pages long. Remember I said that earlier. The company overview shouldn't be 5 pages old because we want to get 30 pages. Company overview alone will take 5. No. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't work that way. As much as we want to know about your company, let's try and limit it to just 2 pages. Okay? So we already have 3 pages. You see that we are moving. We are getting to the promised land. Executive summary 1 page, company overview 2 pages. We're on 3 pages already. Well done. Okay, we're going to dive right into the third component of a business plan. We are moving along. And as we move along, it starts a bit more technical. But please, when you see words like market analysis, don't let it scare you. In simple terms, what these things mean. There are things we do every day, we just don't realize. We will definitely get to that. Yes. So our market analysis would be the next stage or the next phase. It says market analysis defines the target market so that you can position your business share of sales. Our market analysis shows that you've done research. It also contributes to your marketing strategy by defining your target consumer and researching their buying habits. I may have mentioned it in passing on day one, but it is something that I said we will still talk about in the course of the training. Market analysis and research. Very important. Remember, we discussed the fact that sometimes the reason why we are not selling is because our price is wrong. We are overpriced for our environment, for our clientele. Sometimes it is our packaging. We want to compete with big brands and international brands. What does our own brand look like? The reality is that most people are driven by what they see. Most people are driven by what they see. So if your product is not proper and you come and sell on, I won't buy it. Like, if you can't package it properly, then by the time I open it, what will I see inside? So that forms part of our market analysis. It says the market analysis will yield invaluable data if you have limited knowledge about your market, about your competition, if you need a loan, and so on and so forth. So when we start our market analysis, we need to look at our objective, an industry analysis, our target market, our competition, our barriers to entry, and regulatory. So we are going to take them one by one. Defining our objective. What is our objective? Is it to get this TVEE grant? Is it to get a loan? Is it to get partnerships? What is our objective? It says the comprehensiveness of your market analysis will depend on your objective. If you're preparing for a new product launch, you might focus heavily on researching the competition. A market analysis for a loan approval will require heavy data and research into your market size, share potential, and your pricing. So all these big words that we are talking about, capital, growth, size, pricing, etc. Our goal in this environment for the purpose of this is to get the TVET grant. Right? That is why we are doing this business plan. But the end goal of getting the grant is to achieve something in your business. So that is really what you should be focusing on. It is my goal. Why do I want to go and expand my business? Do I want the grant to buy new products? Do I want the grant to start a new line of business or service within my business? So we have to identify what our objective is. Once we define that, that's step one, market analysis done. Step two, provide industry analysis. Industry analysis means I'm in the business of eco-friendly soaps and so on, right? Dishwashing liquid, clothing, detergent, hand soap, bathing soap, all these soaps. Eco-friendly soap. What I need to do next? Step is to go for other companies that are doing the exact same thing as me. I need to go and look for other companies that are doing the exact same thing as me. That is what we mean by industry analysis. It says an industry outlook is a general direction of where your industry is heading. So for those of us, for example, maybe we are into uh, maybe we're into Uber driving or Bolt driving. Maybe that is our business. We have a small car, and instead of just parking the car, we want to start using it to generate revenue. So we join Uber, or we join Bolt, or we join any of those companies that offer the taxi service, e-taxi, all those things, right? So our industry would be considered what? What industry would that be? Transportation, absolutely. We are now in the transportation industry. So when we want to do our industry analysis, what industry are we going to be looking at? The transportation industry. So we're going to research, are there any regulatory constraints right now within the industry? Do we foresee any challenges in the future concerning this industry? What is presently happening now in this industry? We've already done our industry analysis by just answering those 3 questions. Okay? So it is very important that we don't get too caught up in the name. Oh my God, industry analysis, where do I start from? It sounds scary. No, it's not scary. It's just researching your industry, knowing where the industry is today, knowing the big players in that industry today, and trying to foresee where the industry is moving to in the future. With the new central bank governor, the new minister of finance, if we were in financial services sector, with all the moves they are making now, we should be able to say, in the next 3 to 4 years, this is where financial services is going in Nigeria, based on their actions of today, based on some of the news reports we are reading concerning the financial services sector of Nigeria. Right? So that is really what your industry analysis is. I hope it is clear. So it says, when providing an industry analysis, you have to look at your market size. Are you targeting a specific market? What sector are you in? What's your business? Digital marketing. Okay, that's great. So, in digital marketing, who are you targeting specifically?
Business owner.
Business owners. So, you are targeting everybody in this room and everybody online. You are lucky. You have a fixed market already. Just share your card to everybody, let them patronize you. Digital marketing, which means that you want to help advertise their business online to give them visibility. Because the truth is that no matter how great our business is, if you are the only one that knows about the business, then you've not started a business. You have not started a business. That's the reality. You need people to know that this business exists. And that's where people like him come in. So for example, we are streaming online on several platforms. We have thousands of people joining us online. If I just put a logo of, what's your business? Catering. He's the food man. We love you already. Feed us. We are hungry. Right? So do you have a business name? What's it called? Emmanuel. Emmanuel's Catering Services. Imagine he had a logo and we just put it in the screen, at the bottom of the screen for everybody to see. Digital marketing is happening. So we are patronizing his business by doing that. So you have to know who your target audience is. It's very important. Because there are some businesses here that digital marketing may or may not be the ideal way to advertise or market that business. Do we agree? Some businesses require just going to knock on their door to say, these are the products I have. Some businesses require we need to put a huge billboard on Aminu Kano for people to see. Some businesses require digital marketing where just put it online, let people see. Okay? So very, very, very important. Knowing your market size will help you decide or know what kind of marketing in terms of digital or physical or not. Your product life cycle. Do we know that our businesses or products have a life cycle? Where are the farmers, the agro people? We have some agro people in the house, right? You, sir. Anybody else in agro? Do we have agro people online? People that are in the agro business? If you are in agro business, kindly indicate what part of agro business you are in. So for the people in the agro business, for example, there is a life cycle. For those, for example, that are into maybe fish farming, there's a life cycle, isn't it? It starts from, I don't know the life cycle, but I will guess, I will try. Tell me if I'm completely wrong or I tried. So it will start from the baby fish, fingerlings, and then from there you feed them. So there needs to be some kind of feeding, right? You're feeding them, and then they grow maybe over 3 months. I have no idea. Sorry, excuse me if I'm completely off. Maybe they grow after 3 months. After 3 months, they become proper fish. You get that proper fish. You take it to the market. Sell it to the maybe wholesalers of fish, the wholesale fish sellers. And then they start to sell it to you and I every day as retail fish, right? Now, the life cycle of that fish is from when you get the fingerlings, right? It's from when you get the fingerlings till when they leave the pond. Some might leave the pond as, unfortunately, they did not make it. Some might leave the pond as, yes, we made it and we're going into the market. So it's very important that we know our cycle, right? It says research and development, launch, growth, and decline. Now, this is the life cycle of your business. Does that make sense? It says every business has a life cycle. It has, when you are starting, you are still learning. Where do I get the fish from? What kind of fish should I buy? Is this fish viable? What is the lifespan of this fish? Can this fish stand the test of time? That's the research and development stage. The launch stage is now I know everything about fish. I'm ready to launch. I'm into the market. That is the launch phase. Now I've entered the market. I've started getting customers because my guy here has helped me with digital marketing. So people from Ghana are even patronizing me. Niger, they are patronizing me. Benin Republic, they are patronizing me. I'm now in the growth phase of my business. And then unfortunately, every business has a decline at some point. It might be in 100 years. It might be in 6 months. So it's very important. If we don't know our products, remember I told you that one of the things we're going to understand after this training ends is our business. Because we're going to do significant amount of research, both in the industry, in our community where we're selling, in Nigeria as a whole, depending on the kind of product you're selling. Some of us are selling products that are not limited or restricted to our community. There are products that we are selling to other states, other cities, other communities. By the time we're done with this business plan, we're going to know everything about our business. We are going to know the name of the company in Bauchi State that is doing the exact same thing as we're doing. We're going to know how much they are selling the fish per kilo. We're going to know who they are selling this fish to, their top customers. We're going to know how they preserve the fish. We're going to know how they transport the fish. We're going to know how they come up with their pricing, because we would have done extensive amounts of research. It's a lot of work. I see our faces here. Everybody looks tired already. That guy, this woman, what are you saying? But that is the reality. Because we want these businesses to thrive. We want these businesses to maybe even become legacy businesses where You are passing it from one generation to the next. Your children, your grandchildren, after we are long gone, are taking over the business. So if we don't start well, if our foundation is not solid, what happens to the house? It will crumble. So that's why all this information, and most times you do this thing, this extent and this amount of work, you typically do it only once. Okay? So a lot of times it might seem like it is a lot of work, but honestly, it's usually a one-off thing, especially if you can get it right that first time. You won't have to do it so often. Okay? Projected growth. How do you see your company performing over time? Calculating your year-over-year growth will help you and lenders see how your business has grown thus far. This will be difficult for many of us because many of us are startups. We're just trying to start. Or many of us have barely just started. Maybe 1 year, 6 months in the business. But you can use other people's experience in this regard. Like, okay, this company that has been existing for 3 years, how did they do from year 1, year 2, year 3? Especially businesses that are public. You have access to their information. So that way you can get the projected growth of your own business. So, sorry, what's your name? Emmanuel Farms. He's doing the exact same business I want to start doing. In year 1 of Emmanuel Farms, we noticed that they only sold like 100 fish. They only had 100 customers. Year 2, they grew to 150 customers. Year 3, they had 3,000 customers. So that tells us that the real growth of that business starts around year 3, somewhere between year 2 and year 3. Because we can see Emmanuel's company who is doing exactly the same thing that we want to do, and that was his pattern. It doesn't mean that's the exact same thing our own business will experience, but at least it gives us an idea of what we should expect from our business. Does that make sense? Okay, great. Now, how do we determine our target market? I think the first step to determining our target market is actually knowing our mission. So we're back to the mission statement. Do we agree that one of the first steps in identifying or knowing our target market is actually knowing our mission? Who agrees with me? Online community, if you agree, kindly put I agree in the comments. Okay, sorry, I'm seeing a few people online stating that they would like to comment, they would like to talk. Because of the dynamics of the training, we're going to limit the speeches or the audio feedback or video feedback to the Q&A session at the end, which we're going to start at 12 o'clock. And we will round that up at 12:30. So for those online, you will be given the opportunity to actually speak. We will show your face. We will hear your voice. We'll see your lovely faces. And you can give you can ask your questions at that time. For now, in the comment section, you can continue to write, your proposed questions so that we can accumulate them for 12 o'clock when we start the Q&A session. So apologies for that, but for now, you wouldn't be able to speak until the training ends around 12 o'clock. I agree. Determining your target market cannot happen if you don't have a mission. Why am I in business? Is that a mission? Is that what we mean by our mission? Why are we in business? So, madam, why are you in business? What is your mission? Why did you start your business? Profitability, we know, is one reason. Yes?
Create safety and a living environment for people.
Create
Safety.
Okay. All right, that's good. To create safety. Anybody else wants to share why? Yes, sir.
For us, for me, we are into the product or the service we are offering to see that students in primary and secondary school can gain access to 21st century STEM education. Thank you.
Okay. To give children in primary and nursery the access to STEM education. Can you please tell us what STEM education is for those who do not know?
Thank you so much. Okay, so STEM means science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Exactly. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So anytime you hear STEM, that's what they are talking about. So yes, that was why they started the business. So that is your mission. So now, if you want to find out who his target market is, can anyone guess who his target market is? Schools. You see that they are tying to it together. Schools. But if he did not have a mission, it will be really difficult to identify the target market. Does anybody else online want to tell us their mission, why they started the business? And we all know that we are in business to make money, so that is not a reason to start business. If we go after money, the business will not succeed. If we are only doing this business for the money, your business will not succeed in the long run. So, okay, Duque Couture says his target market is school. Fantastic. Does anybody else online want to share what their mission is, their company's mission? Abdulaziz Rukaya says, I started my business to be independent and help others. Okay, that's not really the mission we're looking at. That still ties back to money. You help others with money, really. Whether you give them a job or you give them cash, you're helping them with money. So we all know we are for profit. So money is not the reason why we started the business. Money is a given. We all need money. We all want money. Business is one of the ways we can do money, but that is not our mission. So, wow. Okay. Jigbale Itse says, I started my business because I love passion for design and I want to design good websites for people. Yeah. So he wants to see business owners have good websites. Maybe he has been seeing some very, very useless websites and he's like, I'm sick of these useless websites. I need to be able to change the face of website design in Nigeria. So I'm going to do this business so that I can add value to people's businesses. That is a mission. So who is his target market? I hope you are a man or his or her. Jigbale, sorry, I don't know. I'm so sorry. Who is the target market in this business? Anyone. Anyone. I can have a personal website for myself. So the reality is that once you are able to define your mission, it makes identifying your target audience easier. I hope we can see how the two. My mission is to provide, Khalil Yusuf said, my mission is to provide 24/7 jobs for unemployed youth in my community. What is your line of business, sir? For Khalil Yusuf, what is your line of business? Okay, Ogene Yore says, I started my business to help small businesses achieve their marketing goals with precision. So he added a little something. It's not just to achieve your marketing goals, but with precision. So some of the things he's going to be doing is to making sure that when we are looking at our marketing goals, we are precise. So his target audience is who? Business owners. Okay, Ibrahim Dalhatu. My mission is to bring opportunities for young generation. That's too vague. It's very vague. Mr. Dalhatu Ibrahim, your mission is vague, to bring opportunities to young generation. What kind of opportunities? Who do you consider the young generation? My son is almost 17. He's a young generation. Me, myself, as a Gen Z. I'm a young generation. Am I not? Please, be nice to the facilitator. I'm a Gen Z. So, let's be careful about being vague. Remember, we spoke about being vague yesterday. Bringing opportunities to the young generation is great. That's fantastic. That's part of what we are doing here today. However, it's too vague. So if we were supposed to change that, if this was us saying this to you all, it would be to bring enlightenment in form of education for the young generation through trainings. That's a bit more specific. So we're bringing opportunities by enhancing our education and skills through trainings. So we already know it is very specific. So now our target markets will be who? No, not schools. The young people. Age demographics, we can now define it from age 18 to 35 or 45. We can now define the actual target market that, okay, we want to empower you with education. We want you to upskill yourself. We want you to upskill your technical skills, your vocational skills, and your entrepreneurial skills. This training is really for entrepreneurial skills, isn't it? And we are doing that through trainings. So you have to be specific. So now that we know that we are doing it through trainings, we already know who our target audience is. I'm taking a lot of time on this target audience because a lot of times we find it seems complex. It seems complex. But the reality is that from our mission, from the beginning, that was the first thing we spoke about here. It will help us identify our mission. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a little pause as we have in our midst the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Student Engagement. You're welcome, sir. Okay. He'll be with us shortly. So I hope we understand how we're going to be defining our target market. We must start with our mission. Why are we in existence? And I'm emphasizing this because I know I'm going to see people writing that I want to make money. I want to be able to bless my family. I want to be able to bless my community. We know. We definitely know. I want to bless my family as well. However, that is not the mission of my business. So I hope we understand that. None of us is in business to lose. Remember I said it yesterday and the day before yesterday that we are not international NGOs, we are not not-for-profit, we are not donor organizations, we are businessmen and women. So we want and need to make money. So there's no need to state that that is our mission. Because unless we have booking enterprises not-for-profit, which I don't know how that will work, you don't need to state that you are in need for money. Is anybody here in business not to make money? Is there anybody online, our online community? Is anybody here or running their business not to make money? In-house? No? Are you sure? I mean, there is no NGO here. Exactly. So I see the no's in the online comment. So please, let's not put that as our mission. Let's not put to make profit as our mission. Let's not put to make money as our mission. Let's not put to help my brothers and sisters as our mission. Okay, let's move ahead. So I hope we now understand how we're going to determine our target market. Once we identify our mission, we can now use that to identify our target market. Okay, would like to welcome him up here to just give us some encouragement Let's welcome the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Special Education. Thank you, sir.
Build the youth. Build the youth. I am sure some of you are expecting me to say greatest Nigerian student. Yes. When you look at the youth demography, you know that student has 75% of the population of the youth in this country, which means you are a student, you are also a youth. You are a youth, you are also a student. So I will also say greatest Nigerian youth and greatest Nigerian student. Thank you so much. My name is Honorable Comrade Sunday Adedayo Ashefon, the Senior Special Assistant to the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR on student engagement. I'm a former NAS president. I'm here. I'm happy to be here, courtesy of my workaholic sister, who our interest is to rebuild and indeed change the face and the mindset of people towards the Nigerian youth. As the Senior Special Assistant to the President on the Technical and Vocational and Entrepreneurship, he has been doing wonderfully well. And both the two Ministers of Education can attest to it, and I'm sure all of us here can also attest to it. And you can see how she's doing things differently than before. I'm sure in the past, if we have having this kind of gathering, this opportunity, by now, most of us who are in the youth circle looking for a job will not be looking for a job again. Because the purpose of bringing you here today, I'm sure you all know it. It is not, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed is running a government of inclusive. He's running a government where if you are a Nigerian, it does not matter, you must be a member of APC. Once you are a Nigerian, you have an opportunity, you have an access to this government. And that is the government of Asiwaju, and that is what you see the SSA to the President is demonstrating today, bringing people across board, across the 36 states, including FCT, to come, young Nigerians, to come alive. If you are saying government has not been helping you, I'm sure after this, you won't say that again, except if you don't want to help yourself. Because a lot of people are there, they are not interested in helping themselves. What they are looking for is they want to be on a table and see the food. They don't want to know how the food is being cooked. But today, I'm sure when they bring everybody together, it's for you to go and do more research. Go and do more research. We want to know. It is not a proposal that's being prepared by one person. I remember when I was ND, a lot of people are doing copy project. They ask you to go and do a project, you get one person project, you just change your name and put your name there. And at the end of the day, when they ask you to come and defend the project, you'll be saying what you cannot say. But now, it's an opportunity, and the opportunity has opened for young Nigeria. Youth, come out. Come out. You have the best brain on so thing. Come out. Write the proposal about it. You cannot be talking about practical, and let's examine both practical and theoretical aspect of it. Write it. When you write it, okay, come and practicalize it. Some people will say, to cook a goosey vegetable is so simple. To do business, yeah, it's so simple. Bring this and that. And that is why you see those who do not have that knowledge, when they get that access, if they get that fund, their business collapse. But today, an opportunity will be given by, however, workaholic. Sometimes I used to envy her. Yes, she's my sister. She has been there before me. You know, me, I'm coming from the activism side, so I don't really understand, but I have to give it to her. When you don't know, you must learn. So I'm learning from her. I'm also other tutelage in learning one of two businesses, because we cannot remain perpetual politician or activism. So I'm also learning from her on how to also put one of two things together. You know, the Ministry of Youth came out recently. They said, one youth, two skills. She's also part of it. She's one of the, initiator of that. He believes that Nigerian youth must get things doing. And also, this country is blessed. And I'm saying it, I can say it in any way. If I'm talking about education, I tell people, you see, I've seen a lot of graduates who graduated from my university, Kisei University, who graduated with LOA. You see them in UK, and they came out with first class. I wonder how you graduated with lower pass. You go to UK, you go to Canada, you are coming out with first class. It shows the Nigerian education is the best. So, Nigerian youth, you have a country. If you don't think you don't have a president, but you have a president who is your father, who is thinking on how to build manpower, who is thinking on how to build youth, you must be self-employed. We want you to employ people. By the time you get bill support from the government is expecting you to, to make it a large one. And from there you get people, employing people. At the end of the day, even the loan that Mr. President is talking about will now be realistic. Because the loan, if you don't get a job, you cannot pay back. But by the time you open your business, you are employing people are working under you, it will even be easy for us. I want to thank you so much, our SSA, for bringing this out. And I'm sure the Mr. President will be happy now, and everybody in the government will be happy seeing this happening. Indeed, I'm overwhelmed, and I appreciate you, madam. I appreciate you. So, you're Nigerian, it's your time. The ball is in your court now. The bird is in your hand. You have to decide if the bird is alive or is dead. And the opportunity is open. What you don't have before, you are having it now. It's now left for us to now say the result of more work, hard work is what? Is more work. Let us work. Let us know what we are doing. The government is ready. Through our office, you can get a lot of things. She has been doing it. She has been empowering people. A lot of us ask, where do you get this fund? Like I told you, she's an expert. She has been there, and she's making that connection every day, every morning, just to make sure that Nigerian youth are empowered. So please, keep praying for her as well, and keep praying for the president. There is hope in this country, and Mr. President has come to stay. I was looking at channels today, the channel television, when they are making analysis about this dollar. Even in the bank, the official rate is 1,260. In the black market is 1,220. So they were so convinced. So the thing is coming down gradually. So Nigerian youth, we can do better. And I pray God will continue to bless you. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. The ball is truly in our court. Before we continue, we also have the presence of the essay to the Minister of Labor. We would like him to please come forward to kind of just grace us with some words of encouragement. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Onyema. I'm the technical assistant to the Honorable Minister for Labor. She was going to join us today, but unfortunately she couldn't make it. But she sends her best regards, and she has committed to being with you in the next coming days. The Honorable Minister has asked me to give a special thanks to Mrs. Abiola, the Senior Special Advisor to the President of Tibet. The collaboration that the Ministry of Labor and Employment have with Ms. Abdullah is a very special one. It's a one that combines both her technical abilities with the full weight of the Ministry of Labor to ensure that Nigerians are both empowered and employed. In this Renewed Hope agenda, we like to say all Nigerians should be beneficiaries of the Ministry of Labor, because as a Nigerian, you're interacting with the Ministry of Labor in three ways. Either as an employer of labor, which is a journey that you all will be starting today, an employee of labor, which hopefully your businesses will grow and you start employing people, or a beneficiary of labor, either through salaries or interacting with various companies. So we are very excited about this partnership. We haven't seen a partnership like this before. We haven't seen a program like this before, where you go through business planning, really understanding the market that you're going into, getting the support of both the presidency and the ministry, and then capital injection. So we are really looking forward to what your businesses would look like in the next 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months. Everybody looks at Dangote, but Dangote started somewhere, right? And we are all happy that everyone in this room is starting, because it's not easy. It's not easy to start, but at least you have the full support of the SSA. You have the full support and commitment of the Honorable Minister of Labor. We are here to support. We thank you all for making the time to register for this program, and spread the word. Tell your friends, tell your partners. These two entities, the office of the Senior Special Advisor to the President of the Met and the Ministry of Labor and Employment, we are both here to ensure that Nigerians are empowered and employed. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. We are all thankful for the active participation. You are not here by chance. I know that by the end of this training, we would have a lot of value to go and add into our existing businesses or to start our businesses. Thank you, sir. So we've spoken extensively about defining our target market, understanding that we need to identify and establish our mission, which is the reason why we exist. It's time for a 10-minute stretch break. Like I said earlier, we would be taking a group photograph. So if you can just kindly stay in your seats just for 1 minute while we take the group photograph, and then thereafter we can walk outside, stretch our legs, use the restrooms, and so on. Thank you.
Recording in progress.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our online participants as well. Welcome back, welcome back. Okay, welcome back everyone. For our online community, we would like to see your beautiful faces. If you don't mind just turning on your cameras for just 1 minute for us to see your beautiful and handsome faces, we would appreciate that very much. If you do not mind turning on your video just for 1 minute, we understand that it might affect the quality of your video. We just want to see your faces briefly for 1 minute. If you don't mind turning on your videos so that we can see your beautiful and handsome faces. For our online community, we thank you as you do so. You just need to turn it on for 1 minute so that we can see your lovely faces. Our online participants, we're waiting to see your beautiful faces before we get started. Just turn on your videos for 1 minute or even just 30 seconds. We just want to see how beautiful you are looking this Friday. 30 seconds, we want to see your faces. Like I mentioned earlier, when we close the session at 12 o'clock, we would be asking you to ask your questions, those online, by you turning on your audio and your video so that we can capture you as you ask your questions. Thank you as we look forward to seeing your videos. Okay, we spoke extensively about determining our target market, and we spoke about how we can tie our target market into our mission, the reason why we are starting our several individual businesses. Once we have identified our target market, some of the things we should consider in identifying our target market is obviously their demographics. For our STEM participant here, he's not going to be looking at 30-something-year-olds, 20-something-year-olds. His demographic is really from 5 years old to what age? 18, 17 years old. So if you are trying to sell STEM to someone like me now, how successful do you think you would be? I have children. There you go. Exactly. Exactly. So don't limit your scope or your thinking to just that particular demographic. Children of age 5 cannot make that decision on their own. Children under 18, maybe 16, 15 cannot make that decision on their own. So they need people like me, mommies and daddies, to help them make their decisions. So even though our target market is the children, the people we're really going to be looking at, our audience, is really going to be the mommies and the daddies. So let's always remember that, okay? We're not going to go and market to a 5-year-old child and say, come and join STEM. However, the 5-year-old child can disturb mommy and daddy. Mommy, I want to join STEM club for like 3 weeks, non-stop, till mommy agrees to make, the little child join STEM club. So let's be careful of that. Okay, so once we've identified our target market, we are going to get to know our competition. We have competition in this room. There are many of us that are in the same line of business. Do we agree? Are we each other's competition? Well, somewhat, yes. Because just because you are into fish farming and I'm into fish farming does not mean you are my direct competition. You might be an industry colleague, not necessarily my competition. So who is your competition? It says there are 2 types of competition. Can we project on the screen, please? There are two types of competition: direct and indirect. Your direct competition are the people that do the exact same thing as you. We are selling fish, but we are only selling it online and we are only selling smoked fish. That is my direct competition because that is exactly what I am doing. An indirect competition might be we are selling smoked fish quite all right, but we're only selling it wholesale. We also sell chicken, not just catfish, but we also sell tilapia fish. That is my indirect competition. So they are in the same industry as me. They are also selling smoked fish, but they are selling a variety of smoked fish where I am selling only one. I'm selling my fish online on Instagram. They are selling in a retail store in a supermarket. So they are still my competitors, but indirectly. It is important that we get to know, especially our direct competition, but know both. We must know both. Okay? So, how do we get to know our competition? What are their strengths, their weaknesses, and how can you cover those strengths and weaknesses that they are facing or they have? One of the strengths of our competition is that they don't need to pay rent. They don't sell from a store. They sell online only. So they are saving a lot of money from paying rent because they have only one location where they use that location to disburse to the market. Whereas we are in 3 different locations. So that might be a strength. Weaknesses. Weaknesses. One of their weaknesses might be that they don't have a brand name. So every time you want to describe the fish, you will just say, you know that fish that the leather is black. But what if there are many fish packaged in black leather? How do you know which one is your own? How do you increase your market share if people can't even identify your product in the supermarket? So that might be a weakness. Another weakness might be the way they package it. Maybe the average Nigerian wants just 4 pieces of fish per pack. That one will feed a family for 2 days. But you, the only way you sell your own is 2 per pack. So that means that for me to be able to get 5, like 2 packs, which is increasing my cost. That might be a weakness as well from your competition. It's very important that we identify the strengths and weaknesses of our competition because that is what is going to help us know how to package our own products or service. Do we agree? Once we identify these things, we can now start thinking of ways to solve these problems. Because the reality is that we want to do better than our competition, right? We do. We want to do better than our competition so that we can take some of their market share and it will become ours, right? Although the market is big enough for everybody. Nigeria has how many million people? Over 200, isn't it? How many people have sold to 1 million people before? It's not possible. It's not that it's not possible. We are not there yet as at the level our businesses are here today. But we can't sell to 1 million people. We can sell to 2 million people, 10 million people, 5 million people. There are 200 million people that we can sell to. If you can identify one thing that every human being needs, whether you are an adult or a child, a male or a female, you can sell to the entire country. So once we understand that, we can now start looking at how we can leverage technology. Digital marketing is technology. There are some businesses that they only do their business on WhatsApp. How many of us are on WhatsApp? I think even for the purpose of this training, we're all on WhatsApp. They sell their businesses on WhatsApp alone, and they are making a lot of money. I'm in the field of education. That's why I'm standing in front of you today. So there are a lot of people that are into education that facilitate their trainings on WhatsApp. And when you look at the number of people, the WhatsApp group is full. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. They have like 10 groups, 15 groups, and each group is like 177 or 167 people per group. They're selling. That is using technology, because imagine if they had to go and rent an office. That rent alone in this our city, you know what they will be paying. So you have to think of how technology can help your businesses, to help you reduce costs, number one, and to help you reach a farther audience. Why are we able to reach people in Kano today? We have people from Edo, Kano, Kaduna, Bayelsa, Rivers, Lagos, Ogun, Ilorin, that's Kwara. They're all here online. Imagine if we had to tell them that, sorry, you have to fly to Abuja for this training. How many people will come? Probably 2. But now we have thousands of people participating in this training. Why? Because of technology. So let's not ever undervalue the power that technology can give our businesses, especially when we want to outshine the competition. Okay? Let's think of technology. Technology can help our businesses blow in the real sense of it. Identify your barriers. What are the barriers? Our barriers are really the things that are limiting or hindering us from starting this business. The most common barrier is what? Money. Cost of entry. I always wanted to do a pure water business. All the time I think about that. I really like to do a product that I can sell to a large number of people that is not so expensive. I was like, I would like to do a pure water business. Right? Is it not a good business? I would have blown by now. Maybe I won't even be standing here in front of you. I would have blown. I'll be with the big boys. Eh? If I had started, oh no, I'm going to start that pure water business. You people will invest in my business. Abby, I will get the grants from you people. So I always wanted to start a pure water business, because I realized that pure water is a product that the average Nigerian can afford it. We need water. We need water. I've been to some homes that they use pure water. I don't know if I should say this or not, but they use pure water to cook. They use pure water to have their bath. Yeah. They use pure water to wash their hair. So it means that that pure water can really satisfy everybody. But why didn't I start the pure water business? Because I've had it in my heart. Because I know that, number one, I will employ a lot of people. My distributors, they will be employed. Beneficiaries, all of us will enjoy this nice, lovely pure water that I'm selling. So I'm adding value to my clientele, to the economy. We are trading, we are buying, we are selling, and I'm making profit as well. So why do you think I've not been able to start this pure water business? Online participant, why do you think I have not been able to start my pure water business? Fear of the unknown. No, because I'm a business plan expert. No, not technical know-how, because guess what? By the time I've done my business plan, I already know the technicalities of the business. And if I don't physically possess those skills, I can find somebody that possesses those skills. So it's not technical know-how, and it's not fear of the unknown. Who can guess? Who else can guess? Someone says, Kazim Dauda says, lack of funds. Someone, oh gosh, the message before it goes, let me try and get it. Igokwe Chinyere says availability of time. I like that. But no, Aliu Sherifat said priorities change. Well, no, I still have a passion for it. Moses Kingsworth says cost of entry. Khalil Yusuf says capital. Jigbale Itse says lack of sufficient funds. Emmanuel, I see that it's the same people that are always responding online. Kudos to you all. Thank you so much. We encourage active participation from everyone. Olawuyi Ayorinde says capital and location. For all of you, someone says cost to entry. Umasao Tofa. Absolutely. Cost of entry. That is the reason why I have not done my business today. Because by the time I started doing the research on the business, I saw that I need to get a water factory. I need to get an industrial land. I need to get all this technical equipment, water treatment plants, water kinikon. I need to get NAFDAC number. I need to get SON certificates. By the time I saw all these things, I said, okay, you know what? Let me stick to my training. No, we don't bypass in this environment. Sorry, this is renewed hope. We don't do such things, sir. We don't do such things, sir. We do it the right way. So the cost of entry to this business was really high. Really, really high. So I looked at the numbers maybe like 10 years ago. And I think then it was going to cost me maybe 10, 15 million. 10 years ago. Should we talk about what it will cost me now? Or we should just move on with the course? I think so. We are just going to move on with the course. Yes. So a lot of times you need to identify what is going to hinder you from entering this business. Otherwise, you are just wasting your time. You are setting yourself up for failure. And nobody wants to do that. Right? It says some entry barriers to addressing your marketing analysis is technology. You want to develop an app. You found the solution to a problem. And the only solution is an app. Because you feel like people are always on their phones. Anywhere they go, they're in the toilet, shower, kitchen, bedroom, office, we're always on our phones. So the solution to this problem is to put it on our phones, on our devices. We create an app. But guess what? After creating the app, is that the only problem we're going to face? What other problem are we going to face? No, with regards to the app. Somebody said regulation. Regulatory? No, forget about adverts. The app, bonbon itself. Did someone say fraud detection or something? Regulatory, yes, we've said that. Subscription, what about internet? Does our target market have access to internet to use the app? So you see that technology is great, but it can also be a barrier. If you don't understand your business, you would not know this. Location. Location, location, location. Why is location a barrier? Or why is location a potential barrier? Do we have any answers from our online community? Why do you think location is a potential barrier? Donald Nozier says, nice program. Anonymous attendee says, nice presentation. For the anonymous participants, you know that if you submit your business plan as anonymous attendee, we would not be able to identify you. We encourage everybody under the anonymous attendee name to kindly show their name so that we know who you are. So that when you submit your business plans, we can identify with you or identify you. Thank you for the feedback. Does anyone know why location might be a potential barrier? Yes. Yes. Okay, we're talking about it being a barrier. Barrier, yes. They may not be able to access your product depending on your location. There is a salon somewhere. Now, you know that salons are the kinds of places that you go there and you are there for a long period of time. Us women, we can be in the salon for like 6 hours. If we are doing million braids, we are washing and setting, we are dyeing our hair, we are doing something calming, relaxing, all this drama that we women like to do. We can be there for like 6 hours, right? And a lot of times, you know, maybe for those that are married, when you go to the salon and you're spending 6 hours, your husband is wondering, are you sure it's only salon this woman went to? And you're like, yeah, it took me 6 hours to do this hair. Yes, we have time, us women. Now, this particular salon, knowing that once one car parks in this salon, it's going to take that car at least 2 to 6 hours to remain there. But guess what? Good salon, they do good work. Their hair is always nice when people come out and everything. But the location has parking for only 2 people. Now, on a weekend, which is the time most women have to go and do their hair, Saturday, right? When you go there and there is no parking, and of course you cannot park on the road, you're in one tight corner like that, then you can't park anywhere. That's it. And their clientele are the big madams of Abuja, the people that have even extra large cars. Some even come with 2 cars. Do you think that location will be a barrier for that salon? If you wanted to open the salon in that kind of location, would that be a barrier? Now you want to open a high-end salon where everywhere is made of gold, silver, everywhere is shiny, everywhere is beautiful. When you come in, they offer you a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. They give you biscuits, small chops. You know, high-end, exclusive. But then you want to open it somewhere very far. Somewhere very far from central town. Do you think all those rich people that can afford it will drive 1 hour to the salon? Probably not. Because before they get to your own salon, they've passed like 50 salons on the way. They will just stop and run. Location is important. When we're thinking of where we will place our businesses, if we do decide to rent somewhere, or we win these beautiful kiosks at the back, when we start thinking of the location we're going to put these things. Okay, we're going to move right along. Interest of time, we're supposed to round up any moment. So it says no our regulations. In Nigeria, I find that we always forget that there is somebody called FIRS. Do you know them? Have we heard of them? Are we sure? Who is FIRS? Is he a man or a woman? Eh? Is who? So he's not a man. I thought he was a man. Eh? You mean he's not a man? Those people, we know them. We don't like them, do we? Do we like them? But they are our friends now. Ah, they are our friends, oh. So we have to respect them. We have to pay our taxes. No, you cannot pay taxes if you don't even know what taxes you are supposed to pay. So that is part of the research we must make. Let's learn and educate ourselves on regulatory issues. I talked about pure water just now. The first thing somebody said was NAFDAC. That is regulatory. SON is regulatory. Depending on the line of your business, kindly know what the regulatory rules are. Okay? Very important. Advertising, when you put your billboard, your signage, there are regulatory people monitoring those things. Environment. What's the name of the environment in Abuja? The environmental board. No, the one that actually monitors cleanliness of the environment and all that. Environmental something, sha. Those ones. Environmental agency. There's another one. There are many. Know them all. Let's know all of them. Even if there are 100, we must know them. So that we are not on the wrong side of the law. Because guess what? When they bring that penalty, 1 million bas, it will eat up all our profits. And then we will not be able to sustain the business. Business cannot continue to grow. Because we've spent money that we were supposed to put back into the business to expand. We've got to pay to one of these guys a fine. If we're doing the right thing from the beginning, we will not be paying any fine. We would have budgeted the cost of these things into the price of our products, because we know we must pay taxes. So definitely we will include cost of tax in our price. For those of us that advertise, we would have included is an annual fee. We divide it by 12, divide it by the number of products, do the mathematical calculation we need to do, and add it to the cost of our product or service. The only way you will know these things, ladies and gentlemen, and to those online, is that we do research. Let's find out that I want to open a fish farm. What are the regulatory requirements? Okay? It is very important, because I've seen a lot of businesses crumble because of this. I've seen a lot of businesses crumble because of regulatory issues. Businesses had so much potential, they were doing well. But unknown to us, they were avoiding the regulatory. And then they got into significant. So the way government works sometimes is that they will hit you all at once. As FRS is hitting you, advertising is hitting you, this other one is hitting you, because you've not done what you were supposed to do. But if from the beginning we did the right thing, we would have accounted for it in our packaging, in our prices of our services. Okay? We're going to stop here today, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I would say fortunately, we are very time conscious because we are professionals and we want to, leadership is by action. Do we agree? If we are telling you something, we have to actually do that thing. And you should practice that in your businesses as well. Be professional. Remember, a lot of the speakers that have come to, talk to us, empower us with their words, have told us about that. Let's do as we say. The typical Nigerian will say, do as I say, don't do as I do. So we are doing as we say and we are doing as we do. So if we say we are going to round off by 12:30, we will round off at 12:30 because we know it is in the interest of some of us to round off by 12:30. So we're going to dive right into the questions. Let me just see if they've sent me the questions. Yes, they have. Thank you. We have some great people working in the back to ensure the seamless flow of this training. We thank you all. So if you can hear me, Patience Idwoba, we would like you to turn on your camera. We have your question here. Patience, if you can hear us, and we're going to give the online community, maybe just a minute to try and come on with their cameras on. Because of the interest of time, we have just 25 minutes and we have quite a bit of questions we would like to get through, both online and physically present. So Patience Udobia Idwoba, if you can turn on your camera so you can ask your question. When you come on, it will be good for you to tell us where you're coming from. Okay. We'll go to the next question, and it is from Monday Abasumo Nkerewem. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I tried my best. Nkerewem Monday Abasumo from Akwa Ibom. You are welcome. Can you come online, turn on your video so you can ask your question? Okay, that person is not available. The next question is from Jigbale Itse. Although I'm reading these questions and they're questions that we've spoken about quite a bit, like Jigbale Itse's question is, how many pages is a standard business plan since the executive summary carries 1 page? I would encourage the people in the online community to kindly respond to that question. For Jigbale Itse, how many pages is a standard business plan since the executive summary is 1 page? Okay, do we have Jigbale online? No? Okay. So we would move on to Rush 24 Enterprise. For those that are using business names for their online handle, it would be really nice for us to see your personal individual names. Because when you are submitting the proposals, the business plans, you are submitting them as your individual names. So that we don't miss out on anyone. I hope that is clear, please. Let's try and use online community, if you can hear me, let's try and use our individual names so that we don't miss out on anyone. Using a business name might be challenging. Is she on? No? Rush 24 Enterprise? No? Okay. I would like to read out her question though. Well, I don't know if it's a he or she. And the question says, what if I am running my business for over 10 years now as an ICT business? And I added agriculture, food production to it. And I want to write the business proposal on agriculture, food production. When writing the executive summary, am I supposed to talk about my company without referring to how it started as an ICT company, since I am writing on agriculture/food production? Who has an answer to this question? It's a good question. Anyone in-house or online has an answer to this question? I'd like to read the question again. What if I am running my business for over 10 years as an ICT business, and I added agriculture, food production to it? I want to write the proposal on agriculture and food production. When writing the executive summary, am I supposed to talk about my company without referring to how it started as an ICT company, since I'm writing the business plan on agriculture or food production? Yes, sir.
I think we should concentrate on agriculture and food production, since that is the area and angle where it's concentrating currently on. So going back to
Okay, do we agree with him? We have another response in-house. Why would you want to leave that out? That you successfully managed and run a business for 10 years. Why? 10 years? Want to leave it? Don't leave it all. Ladies and gentlemen, people online, please don't leave it out. Besides, tech, which is ICT, is technology really, right? And food production, they might be even tied together. You can tie them together, so why would you want to leave out 10 years of your life? Just because you are starting a new product. Tie the two together, please. make sure you tie the two together. It it substantiates your business plan. It speaks volume about your ability to run and manage a business. So if I was a potential investor, I would be happy to look at your business plan. Just because I know that you've managed a business successfully for 10 years. Even if it hasn't always been profitable, it has been running, it has been existing. There's some businesses that before they can make a profit, it might take them 10 years first. High capital business, they are investing billions and billions of even maybe dollars sometimes into those industries or sectors. So before they will make a profit, it might take some time. So please add it on there. Okay, we have a question from Janet. Do we have Janet online to ask the question? So, do we? Okay. Janet's question is, I am into skincare products, selling black soap and body scrub. I'm just a beginner. Please, how can I grow audience, and also how do I get sales? Because I will not want to buy from me. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I think what Janet is asking is how to get clients. Her fear is that because she's a new company, she doesn't have track record, so people will not want to buy from her. Janet, every successful business that exists in the world today started when? One day. There was one day. Before, back in the day, hundreds of years ago, there was no such thing as Coca-Cola. But one day they came, and there was now Coca-Cola. Abi? This microphone I'm holding, at some point in time, in our great-grandfather's time, there was no such thing as microphone. But now, we have microphone. Even this online platform that we are streaming from, Zoom, Instagram, Facebook, at some point they didn't exist. But now, can any of us do without them? So, Miss Janet, I encourage you to remove fear. Your success journey begins when you remove fear. Remove fear of them not knowing. If you have a quality product, people will buy it. So don't worry about the fact that you just started. We all started somewhere. Me standing in front of you to facilitate this course now, there was a day it was my first day. Abby? Or did they just give birth to me and then I entered the classroom? I started one day first. So imagine if that my first customer, I had been scared to say, would they like me? This is my first time doing this thing. Would I be here today? Probably not. So remove fear and go for it. Adebisi Samson. Please, ma'am, some of the reasons why business plans fail, mostly because of overambitious objectives and outrageous assumptions on what can't be realistic. Kindly teach us or tell us how to deal with this. Okay, I can address this tomorrow. On Monday when we have more time. About having overambitious goals or unrealistic goals. We can talk about that a little bit on Monday. That's fine. Stephen Julius. My question is, are we going to prepare our business plan based on the amount oh my goodness. Based on the amount that the government is going to give us as grant, or based on the size of the business? Who wants to answer that question? It's a very simple answer. Based on the size of the, okay. The business is not funding the government is not funding your business. The government is supporting your business. Please do not limit your business to just 500,000. And don't forget, it is a competition. So that means that not everybody is going to win. In every competition, there are winners and there are non-winners. Okay, who do we have here on the screen? We have Adebisi Samson. Adebisi Samson, can you hear me? Can you put it on full screen?
Yes, I can hear you, ma'am. I can hear
Okay.
you.
Thank you for joining us. Where are you joining us from today?
From Ibadan, Oyo State.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So we have your question here,
You are
right?
really doing a good work, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So you wanted to know about having overambitious objectives and
I heard you
outrageous
said
assumptions.
it will be addressed on Monday also.
Yes. So we will address it on Monday. It's a brilliant question. Do you have any other question you want to ask before we let you go? I think there's a delay. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Adebisi. Thank you so much. Your question will be addressed on Monday when we have more time. Thank you so much. Okay. The last question is, we've already answered the last question, which is asking if our business plan is based on the 500,000 naira grant or on the size of the business. I cannot overemphasize this enough. The grant is to support your business. It is not to fund your business. There are two different things. Funding it means I'm giving you all the money you need to do this business. Supporting means I'm giving you some money to assist with one or two things that you need to run the business. Okay? So we are simply supporting you, albeit we're supporting quite a significant number of people. So when you add those monies together, it does come up to be a huge sum. So we thank the federal government through the office of the SSA of TVET for their support and encouragement. Okay, so we're going to go in-house now and we have just 10 minutes and take one or two more questions. Okay, sir. I'd like people in the back to ask questions. It seems like we only get questions from those in front. So if we can kind of move to the back, I would like to get questions from you all. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My question is, I wanted to see your because as we are coming every day, I would like to see what you learn again. WhatsApp channel. I want to get it. You can go through it. You will help us. Then secondly, I wanted to go through for them that saying at least the pictures being taken and the videos should also be uploaded to the WhatsApp platform so that some of us that has our social media handles we can also share the good news of what we are doing here on the social media and our own platform. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is great advice. We would certainly put it into consideration. Thank you very much. We have questions at the back. Let's try and keep our questions short and straight to the point, please. Thank you for the interest of time. Thank you.
Business
The reality is that we would like it to be in line with what you presented on social media. However, we understand that having gone through this process and learned so much, another business idea might have come up, or you might have been deciding between two business ideas, right? Where you just use one for the video and then you want to use the other one now that you know better and you've learned more. So yes, we would be open to a different business plan from that which you posted, even though that would be our preference, but we would be open to it. So yes, if you have another idea that you didn't post, we would be open to receiving the business plan.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're very kind people. I've told you that already. We are fair. Yes, ma'am. Company overview. No, it's not compulsory. If you have it, kindly put it there, but it's not compulsory. But I encourage us that as we grow as businesses, let's have some legal structure. Because I had a conversation with someone here yesterday, I think it was you, about how sometimes having that CAC registration, even as a business name, it gives the business credibility. When you go and market it to somebody, you say, this is my RC number. I'm not a fraud, so I'm online, you can research me and find me anyway. It gives you a bit of credibility. So it's a good thing, but it's not mandatory. And as you grow and as you are able to afford it, we encourage you to please have that registered. Okay? Any more questions in the back? Okay, we have one here.
Thank you very much. My name is Ayani Kevin. So, most young Nigerians feel helpless and they tend to become more problem to the society. And it's part of the reason I'm in the education sector looking to find better solutions. So I'm so happy with this project, the TBEE project. And as part of my market research, know my target audience, which is this office. What is the major barrier to achieving this project of empowering Nigerians workforce? Thank you very much.
Empowering Nigerian workforce. Well, as a human resource person myself, I would say one of the barriers is our mindset. I hate to say it, but we really have to change our mindset, our perception about how we see education, we see empowerment, we see progress, we see success. We feel like it's only a certain type of people that can achieve success. And his father is rich now, and his mother is a minister now. And no. So it's all in our mind that people, everyday people cannot achieve a certain level of success. So even when they call you to come for trainings like this, I beg, they already have the people they are going to select. That's our mindset, but it's not true. It's not true. I'm independent of TVEE. That's why someone asked me for my phone number the other day. And I said, no, I cannot give you my phone number. It's conflict of interest. Because I'm going to be grading your documents. If we become friendly, I might want to say, I now like this guy who's my friend. Let me just... No, we will not do that. So the sooner we start to change our mindset that the opportunity is available to everybody. That is the major barrier. I mean, there are several other barriers, yes, but that is the barrier I would like to talk on today. Our mindset. We need to change our mindset. Nigeria is for all of us. We're all Nigerians. And we will eat from the fruit of our land. But we have to change our mindset. We have to put in the work. Nobody is going to spoon feed you. And that's why as much as we want to support your businesses, we want you to also put in some work. So the sooner we change that mindset of maybe entitlement or just being discouraged. And that's why we continue to have people come and encourage us. We've had so many people come, leave their offices, come here to come and encourage us. Tell your brothers, your friends, your partners, your colleagues, tell them about this program. Let them join, let them participate. For those that may not win the grant, guess what you would have won? Knowledge that nobody can take away from you. So even if the partner or the supporter or the investor will not be TVET, it will be somebody else. Because you now have the knowledge of what to do. So I hope that answers your question. We're going to take one last question from someone in the back.
Yes.
One last question.
My name is Abraham Solomon. You repeatedly advised us not to do copy and paste work. And in the course of this training, you've also taught us the value of honesty. Now my question is this. Will our work, the business plan that we are writing, will it be subject to plagiarism check to know whether the work is our original work or not?
What do we think the answer to that question is? We will check. Me, Bukola, I will check. I will check. So please, we are people of integrity here. both physically present and online. I want to believe we're all people of integrity. Remember I told you about ChatGPT. I will know, the moment I read it, I will know that this is ChatGPT's work. I will know. The people in my office, they know when I tell them to write a report and it's ChatGPT, I will just fling this. I'll say, this is not your work. Because we all have a voice. Remember we spoke about that. We all have a voice. And when artificial intelligence is telling you something, it has its own voice. So I would know. So please, let's avoid plagiarism. I'm not saying you cannot copy other people's work, but you have to give reference to other people's work. So if you are getting information or data from other people, just give reference to those people that this original thing came from Buki, came from John, Jack. Okay? So we would be rounding off here today. We'd like to thank you so much for your active participation, for those physically present and online, on all our social media platforms. We see you from all over Nigeria. So many states are here present. Facebook, Instagram, Zoom, all our social media platforms are active and engaged. We thank you all so much. The training will continue on Monday. We hope that by on Monday we would be able to tell you when the Eid holidays would be, so that we would know what days we would not be attending the class. But for now, we don't really know when that Eid holiday would be, but we should hopefully have an idea on Monday. So we thank you all so much. Start working on your business plans, ladies and gentlemen. Let's use this weekend to start doing something, okay? And we look forward to having you all back on Monday. Thank you all so much and have a great weekend. All right.
Happy New Year! My name is Abiola Arogundade, the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Technical, Vocational and Entrepreneurship Education. As we step into a promising new year, I am excited to announce Unlock, in alignment with the renewed hope agenda of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is to foster lasting economic growth and prosperity. Unlock is the transformative campaign initiated by my office aiming at unlocking the potential of our nation's technicians and artisans. Our goal is empowering the youth to live their dreams by guiding them on how to create commercial and sustainable businesses. I am even more excited to announce that it's open to everyone, regardless of your background, your age, your gender, and your literacy level. We invite you to be part of Unlock. If you are trying to unlock a brighter future, your opportunity is here. And all you need to do is grab an internet-enabled device and share a 90-second video on Facebook or Instagram. In this video, tell us all about your vocational experiences, your 2024 plans, and how the government can help you in your technical and vocational and entrepreneurship goals. Also, include hashtag my 2024 TVEE goals in the caption and tag my official page at Abiola_Arogundade_SSA. All successful applicants will get a free 2-week virtual entrepreneurship program and the chance to win startup kits or toolkits. Exceptional entries will receive cash grants to support their TVEE goals. I can't wait to see and review your submissions. Thanks and best of luck in unlocking your future.